everyone, Josh here with Access Network, bringing y'all another OUTERPLANE video, and today we have some changes to the tier list that I thought were worth making another video for, because some of these changes are pretty significant, especially one hero in particular that we will talk about later. She made a huge jump because we're starting to get, more information. We got more players now, which means more suggestions and feedback, more testing is being done, and we want to keep this tier list the most accurate as possible, so we want to keep updating it when necessary. And I feel like this change that we made since the last time we made a video was pretty significant and worthy of a video now instead of later, because I think a lot of people need to know about some of these changes, because it could be very important and very key to your success in some of the content you're trying to clear right now that some of you may be struggling with, especially if you are a free-to-play or casual spender. So Valentine remains still positioned at the top of the mountain, but instead of being joined alongside Rin, she will be joined alongside with Noah. Noah has jumped Rin and Veronica here, deservedly so. Her damage output is just second to none when it comes to overall content in the game, whereas Rin, she struggles a little bit with her damage output on single boss enemies. Anything that has multiple targets, mobs, waves, PvP, obviously, she's going to absolutely dominate all that type of content. But when it comes down to just single enemies, she does lose a little bit there, because you're going to be mostly using her basic ability at that point instead of her skill 2 and 3, which are basically AoE. So Rin got moved down a little bit, still a top tier unit, especially when it comes to, anything requiring of AoE. She's going to light that up, as I said. So she's a 4.3. Veronica came down a little bit as well because of arena offense and defense. We got her an A at both of those. The reason why is the stall meta just does not seem to be clicking. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a thing, at least for a long time, until they release a new hero that can kind of create the engine for that team. Maybe a unit that's super fast, that can provide you with damage immunity or shields, or some kind of just a way to allow you to stall for more than 1 or 2 turns against the speed meta, because the speed meta just has too many things working in their favor. They have Rin, they have Noah, they have Valentine, they have Snow, right? They even have Tio in there as a little bit of a backup option, as a security blanket, and then they also have the ability to throw in a Cindy, which just completely nullifies any evasion stall that you want to try and build, because Cindy will just pretty much cancel that out. So they have too many things working in their favor, and we didn't even talk about Stella and throw her into the mix as well. There's just too much with the speed meta right now that the tank meta, the stall meta, whatever you want to call it, just cannot keep up. So right now I have Veronica as an A in arena offense and defense, which again brought her down slightly, but she's still a top tier unit in the game, an amazing tank for all sorts of content. So we're still giving her her flowers. So that's the changes there, really at the top. We have some other slight movements down here as well. Kate has been bumped up to an SS in Gear Dungeon Green. Her shields at scale to max HP are absolutely incredible. She can also stun. So she has some very, very solid skill sets here for a 2-star hero. She's also fire, so obviously she's going to be doing very well in those green dungeons. So we bumped her up to a 3.5, which we feel is deserved. So she is now joined the grades of S. She's now joined that S tier. So congratulations to 2-star Kate for moving up a little bit in the world. Also getting her flowers here. And as we said here in the comments, very solid tank that has high scaling shields and offers some useful CC. So again, Kate is a great hero. If you don't have, the Leos and the Veronicas in the world, Kate is going to be an amazing tank. Matter of fact, we even have Kate over Leo. So there's that. So really the only tank over Kate is Veronica, which we're considering one of the top tier units in the game. So that's not bad company at all. So that's some changes there. Francesca, we might be playing around with changing her up a little bit here soon too, because she is still one of the strongest, if not the strongest, pure single target damage dealers in the game. So she might be seeing some movement soon, but as of right now, we left her as is for the time being. So definitely keep your eye on Francesca. Leo as well, he might be another one I might be slightly moving up soon as well, as we discover new techniques and different usefulnesses for him in certain types of content. So he might be another one. Just wanted to give you guys some future projections here. Now, in terms of some more movement, We have Philia moving up to SS in the Gear Dungeon Green because, again, a very reliable stunner, and you can stun the Chimera. So there is that. That helps move her up slightly. Now she is a B at 2.5. So congrats to Philia. Another, possibly underrated hero that you might not know about. Maybe start paying more attention to her now. But now that leaves us with the biggest change to the tier list, and that is Claire. 1-star hero Claire was previously in the do not recommend, but with more uses from her, more suggestions and feedback, people starting to really evaluate her a little bit differently and see how they can utilize her in certain types of team comps and different types of content. She is going to be a possible staple hero for the Chimera Dungeon. She could be useful in adventure. The 2 red gear dungeons for both special and normal. Blue, maybe not as much because obviously the type disadvantage. But since everything that she's doing does not really involve interfering with being, with her missing anything or her not being able to land a debuff or her not doing enough damage. Since her kit really doesn't rely on any of that stuff, she's basically just benefiting herself and your team. So she's still going to be useful even in areas where she has a type disadvantage. So we went ahead and gave her a B in both the blue dungeons as well. She's getting an S in both greens. You could even maybe make the argument that maybe she deserves an SS for Chimera. So that could be a possible change. We'll have to see. We're going to have to get more information on that and how she stacks up to some of the other top tier healers and tanks in the game and kind of see if she truly deserves the SS or not. But we feel S is fair for now. She's obviously still going to get a D in both arena offense and defense because you're just never going to use her in arena at all. Again, the stall meta is not even really a thing as it is, and there's other better options for healing and cleansing and stuff of that nature that she's not going to be able to offer you in arena. So she's still going to get a D in arena, which of course will still bring her grade down slightly. Her tower grade is also going to be an A because, again, she's going to be providing you with stuff that's going to benefit herself and your team, not necessarily doing anything to the enemy. So type disadvantage isn't going to be as big of a deal for her as it will be for some other units like a DPS, for example. So we gave her a B 2.4. She just missed the cut to be in that A tier. And I'm not sure why Philia is not an A. Let me make that change right now, because I just noticed that. And I know someone's probably going to say something about that in the comment section, but we got it. We fixed it, ladies and gentlemen. Philia is an A. Philia is an A. So she's going to be a reliable single ally hero throughout battle. Solid with squishy DPS, built for damage. So if you have like a really strong DPS, like a Noah or a Rin or a Francesca, or, whoever your main DPS is going to be, if they're built squishy, Claire is going to be a unit that's going to be able to go in there and reliably keep that hero topped up for HP because of the way her skill 2 works. And then even if you max out her ultimate, which can extend her skill 2 an additional 2 turns, you're going to be getting like 4 turns of consistent 15% max HP healing every single time, which is pretty huge, right? And she also does it for herself, and with a burst level 1 on her skill 2, she can do it for your entire team. And that's not even including what she can do when she gets her EE paired up with a hero like Valentine. Now you're doing some crazy things with Claire. So Claire has moved up from hell and went to heaven, which is fitting because Claire is seemingly looks like she's a nun. So yeah, she went from hell to heaven. Just like that, because she's that good. So yeah, Claire was greatly undervalued here on the tier list, but we made those changes because you guys and gals out there have been letting me know. You've been giving me that feedback and suggestions, so we're able to make those changes and, improve the tier list and keep making it as accurate as possible. So I thank you all so much for all your contributions and helping make this tier list the best it can be. We're going to keep, obviously, evaluating units, moving things up and down as we go along, because that is how a tier list goes. It's just always flexible. It's always in motion like the ocean. So I'll leave you guys and gals with that. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, take notifications. Join us in the Discord in the description below as always, and follow us on Twitter at Exodus Network. And we all hope that you enjoy the game so far and are liking what we're doing here at Exodus Network and helping you all as best we can. So again, I'm going to leave you all with that. Until next time, peace.